Yo, guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and I wanted to show you something that's really awesome, and that is the blueprint storage that just got, introduced into the game with the Aberration update. Now, obviously, some people are like, what's so cool about that, Teach? It's literally just somewhere you can place blueprints. It's no different than a box. Actually, you're kind of wrong. So, there's a really awesome thing about this that is going to make so many people like me happier. Basically, the library storage was something that was introduced with the latest Bob's Tall Tales update. Now, it's a pretty early engram that you can learn. It's unlocked at level 51, and you can essentially manually link structures to your blueprint. You can see that I've got on the bottom of this connected structures 2 out of 20, and it'll allow you to access the blueprints without picking the blueprints up and moving them around at all. You don't have to, manually touch any of them. And it'll basically draw from that blueprint or from this chest into those for the blueprints. Now, for those of you that are like, wait, you just confused the crap out of me. All right, so here's a smithy, right? This smithy is connected to that blueprint storage, or the library, if you want to think of it that way. Now, the cool thing is when I open this up, right, I go into this and I'm like, okay, if I double click library storage, I can access every single blueprint inside of that library storage without having to walk back and forth, without having to pick one, without having to do anything. So you can essentially have a blueprint storage inside of your base where you've got all your best blueprints, and you don't have to waste the storage space inside of a smithy or even inside of a replicator. So it works with a replicator, and you can go to the library or blueprint storage inside of this as well. And it's pretty crazy. So there's the library storage. I think that's really awesome. Obviously, you can see that I've got the blueprint storage there, so you can open it up without having to waste the inventory space, because you can see I've got 600 slots. It just essentially, like, across the area, accesses the entire chest. Now, all you have to do in order to get this to work is pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and show you. So you can show the range of this. It's pretty beefy. It's got a huge range, so you can access it from a good ways. Like, it's not infinite range, but it's going to go, I mean, that's like 20 foundations. That's a long ways. You'd be hard pressed not to be able to hit that. And then once you have that, making sure it's inside of the range, you just go up to your structure, hold E on it, and then you will see a blueprint sharing option. Now, that blueprint sharing, you can literally click the connections, or you can click show connections, and it'll show you where it is pulling from. So that is a really cool feature, because this guy is now pulling from that library, and I can just leave that turned on, so I know that this one's pulling from there. I could also add this connection to, let's say I want to add this one to the smithy over here. I want to go to blueprint sharing. I can remove connection, and then I can go ahead and blueprint sharing, add connection. And then once I'm over here, I can be like, okay, so where's this one even going to? I can click on show connections. So it is really strong. Like, that is a huge quality of life thing, and this update had a ton of quality of life things. So definitely use this. It's not a super difficult thing to figure out. It is very, very useful. You can probably set it up with the survivor mates pretty easily as well. But this library storage is going to save everyone a ton of time, which is huge, because one of my least favorite things was being like, why can't I just like pull this from over here and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth? Now you can have your blueprint or your library storage that you have, and then the ones that are connected, you can use them. So you can have like full vaults and stuff like that. Now you can connect these to pretty much every single thing. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean by that. So here's a tinkering desk, right? I can't connect it to this, but anything that can craft, keyword being craft, can access it. So you could not connect it to this. You could not connect it to a forge. You can't connect it to anything but if it's craftable. So like fabricator, what's it called? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anything that has the ability to craft something can connect to one of these library storages, which is huge. So definitely capitalize on this. And there's a lot of, I'm sure some of you are like, ooh, I could use it this way, this way, this way. That's why I'm stoked, because there's a lot of neat things that they've added. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach out.